Hello, welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today is a very pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. And you may notice that I am standing rather than sitting. I'm trying a new format for a new series of videos. We'll be getting into that when we talk about upcoming videos, things that you can look forward to on the channel. So it's a little weird. My camera is just precariously balanced because I don't have a large enough or tall enough tripod to get to the proper height I was trying to do with this whole setup. So things look a little weird. I know the background looks a little weird because of the angle. So just bear with me. I'm experimenting. We're trying to figure things out. But there are lots of things to look forward to on Stuff and Things, and this particular Sunday Stuff and Things, including, as I mentioned, upcoming videos, things that you can look forward to on Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays. We're gonna have a little Sweetwater update. I talked last week during the Sunday Stuff and Things about how I had paid for an item, but it seemed as though Sweetwater didn't want to send it to me. We'll talk a little bit about the fact that finally there seems to be a date for the Washington state mask mandate ending. And then we have some good topics, and in fact, it might even be the topic of the show in hashtag askstuffandthings. So we'll have some good discussion to talk about there, especially one in particular talking about seasonal blends, something we've touched on in the past, but I think it bears repeating now because we're in the middle of winter, but spring is on the horizon. So there's a bit of a change coming, and maybe our tastes will change as well as far as what blends we like to enjoy during that particular season. Also, I have a nice little cocktail here. It is a rye whiskey old fashioned. I'm just enjoying that while speaking to you, so cheers. All right, so what can you look forward to on Stuff and Things and Stuff and Things Plays? Well, as I just showed you, I have this cocktail here. It is a old fashioned, got a nice little Luxardo maraschino cherry. I might just take that right now. That's got a kick to it. Now that's a maraschino cherry. And that's an old fashioned. That's a good one. I just recorded a video on how to make an old fashioned. And I'm contemplating a new series, something that will run with quite a bit of regularity on Stuff and Things, and it is called How to Do Stuff and Things. I enjoy doing tutorial videos, and I notice that, I don't know, 50% of the time when I'm looking something up on YouTube, my search is how to do this, how to do that. And I just thought it might be helpful to do a series called How to Do Stuff and Things. So this Wednesday will be the very first entry in that series, and it is how to make a classic old fashioned. And that's why I have one right here. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff. We also have the Deathloop series continuing on Stuff and Things Plays, but let me look at my calendar here. Yes, it is February 19th today. In 6 days, well actually it'll be 5 days from when you are watching this video, Elden Ring will be out. And that is the new FromSoft game, and it is going to be the next Kevin the Kurt adventure that you can look forward to on Stuff and Things Plays. Now typically I'm recording videos way in advance on Stuff and Things Plays. Usually I think I'm about 5 weeks out now, or 5 weeks ahead. And obviously when a brand new game comes out, it's good to try to get videos out right away so you kind of get into the zeitgeist, people are talking about the game. So Deathloop is not going to be done by February 25th, but I'm going to be getting Elden Ring on the 25th, and I'm going to try to record a few episodes during the weekend so that the following week, what day will that be? Monday. I could easily figure this out by just thinking, but apparently I can't do that. So Monday the 28th, I'm going to try to have the first of our Elden Ring series videos up. So what we're going to be doing is Monday, Friday will be Elden Ring, and Wednesday, Saturday will be Deathloop until Deathloop is finished, and then we'll go back to Monday, Wednesday, Friday for Elden Ring. So you're getting one extra episode every week on Sunday on Stuff and Things Plays until Deathloop is finished. So look forward to that. We also have, I can't reveal anything because I'm so excited, some big guitar news coming up, and then we have some more blends coming up as well for you to look forward to. So, lots of good stuff. This is a fantastic drink. A little rye whiskey, some bitters, a muddled sugar cube. The ice cube that was in this drink was at one time very large, 2-inch square cube, but I filmed a whole video, so this drink is a little watered down now, but still delicious. All right, so last week I talked about the fact that I had ordered an audio interface from Sweetwater, and that because of maybe this weird, I guess, meeting of their marketing strategies and my stubbornness, I couldn't get the thing sent to me because I didn't want to give them my phone number. I talked about it on the video. I thought it was a little odd that they seemed to be pushing so hard to get my phone number. Well, I'm happy to report that the Monday after that video posted, I got an email and it said simply, "Sorry about the delay, we'll be shipping your item right away." And they did, and I got it the very next day. So I'm very happy about that because I'd like to continue doing business with Sweetwater. They seem to have a lot of very loyal customers, people who like them a lot. And in fact, I got a lot of responses from people on that video saying how much they enjoyed dealing with them and purchasing from them. So I got my thing, and eventually I'll be writing songs. I am writing songs already, but eventually I'll be recording songs, and maybe I'll even be showing you some of those songs that I've been recording. So look forward to that on the channel as well. Now, many of you live in different regions of the US, many of you live in Canada, many of you live in Europe, many of you live all over the world. And so I don't know what kind of COVID restrictions or mandates that you have had in your particular area, but in Washington state in particular, things have been pretty strict, and we're not going to talk about whether or not that's a good idea or not, but there have been a lot of requirements for masking indoors. There was even an outdoor masking requirement for if you're in a gathering that's over 500 people. A lot of businesses, especially in my town, were requiring proof of vaccination to enter the business. And it seems as though, since these cases are dropping pretty precipitously right now, that a lot of places are getting rid of a lot of these mandates and a lot of these requirements. In fact, California announced the end of indoor mask mandates, New Jersey, a lot of different places, New York even did, places that you would think maybe would wait a little longer. Washington was the one holdout, the one state that hadn't announced when these mandates were going to end. But then finally, Jay Inslee, our governor, on Thursday, I believe, announced that the outdoor masking requirement is over. That's just done with. And that on March 21st, the indoor masking requirement will be done. So about a month left. It's just crazy to think about. I guess in August, briefly, we didn't need to wear masks when we went indoors, when we went to a grocery store or a restaurant or places like that. So it's been a very long time since I've been able to see strangers' faces inside. I mean, most people aren't wearing masks outside because there's no scientific evidence to show that you should be wearing a mask outside. But it's just going to be so nice to be able to go into the grocery store, go into a restaurant, and see somebody's face and smile at that person. And especially the restaurant thing. Like, I felt so guilty over the past several months, over the past couple years, going into a restaurant, wearing a mask for 10 seconds, sitting down at my table, taking the mask off, and then being served by someone who has to wear a mask for their entire 8 or 10-hour shift. I just find that really unfair and really weird, and it seems like it's playing into the strange class divide. Not that I'm in an upper class. Obviously, I don't make that much money, and I'm not that educated, but there's this weird thing of the servants and then the people who are being served. And those people don't need to wear a mask, but the people who are serving them do. And so I will feel a lot better being able to go into a restaurant and not seeing that weird divide, that artificial divide. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being able to see my fellow man, to be able to give them a nod, give them a smile, and feel a connection. It's been too long. All right, but let's get into hashtag askstuffandthings. Remember, if you have a question for me and you would like it answered on the Sunday Stuff and Things, tweet at SAT Bradley with the hashtag askstuffandthings. and I will do my best to answer you on the next Sunday Stuff and Things. Also, if you are a Patreon supporter, you get preference. Ask me a question on Patreon and I will definitely answer you on the Sunday Stuff and Things. And you can also leave comments on YouTube videos and I will try to answer you in a timely manner. But we have a first question from Patreon, then we're gonna have a question from YouTube that will be a pretty meaty topic, I think. So let's go to Patreon first. This is from Corbin Bordner. Thank you, Corbin, for the message. And Corbin says, "Hey Brad, how did you like Hollow Knight?" Now this seems like a very simple question, seems like it's not really that important. It's about a video game. I almost fell over because I'm standing and apparently I can't stand for any length of time. I'm used to sitting, even though I'm standing constantly while working. The reason I'm answering this online or on video, I've already answered Corbin via Patreon, but I love the video Hollow Knight, the video game Hollow Knight. I think it is one of the best video games of the last 10 years. It is fantastic. And if any of you are at all interested in video games and have not played Hollow Knight, you need to play Hollow Knight. It is amazing. I 100%ed that game. I did everything you could possibly do in it, and I loved every single minute of it. It's sort of a Metroidvania genre game, and that's a game where you're exploring a world. It's in a 2D perspective, a platforming, side-scrolling kind of game, and typically in a Metroidvania named for the Metroid series and the Castlevania series, you are battling enemies, platforming, and then coming to obstacles that you may not necessarily be able to surmount right away, but as you get more items and more abilities, you can go back to those places that you couldn't get to, and now you can get to them and you can explore. It's about exploration, and it's just a fantastic game. It has an amazing art style, just a really cool mood throughout. The gameplay is fantastic, so Hollow Knight, amazing game. Okay, now, we have a little bit of feedback, or no, I think we'll do this first. We have a comment via YouTube from Dr. Rockwood, and the doc says, "Hi Bradley, tremendous review of Meridian, the GLP's Meridian review. I was wondering if you had ever considered seasonal essing. What I mean is, some people might not be in the mood for a heavy English blend in the hot summer months, but crave them in winter. Or Virginia's, essing well in the summer, but missing the mark in winter. The reason I ask is that I love English blends, but I've never been able to enjoy a bowl of standard mixture in July when it's humid and close to 40 degrees Celsius. Just realized I have this in my ear. The closest English blend that I've enjoyed in the warm weather is Squadron Leader, and I was still struggling a bit. Do you have any recommendations for warm weather English blends? Thank you for all your hard work. I've always enjoyed your blend reviews. I've even recommended a few of them in some of my pipe hobby videos. Cheers." Thank you, Dr. Rockwood, for the question. So, I've talked about this before, but I think that my opinion on this has changed a little bit. I used to definitely think that in the hotter months, in the summer months, I preferred Virginia blends, and that in the winter months, I preferred English blends. And I guess I still prefer Virginia blends in the summer. It just seems to work a little better. They seem less heavy, they seem less filling, if that makes any sense. But in the winter months, I'm still essing a lot of Virginia blends. And even though I still am enjoying English blends, it's not as though because it's cold or because it's winter, I'm craving them more. So I'm curious what you guys feel out there. There definitely is something to the fact that when it's hot, an English blend just seems a little oppressive for some reason. I don't exactly know why that is. But in the winter time, I think I can enjoy pretty much everything. Like, I'm thinking about the last few blends that I've had. I was reviewing GLP's Meridian, so that was an English blend. I'm always enjoying Elizabethan mixture by Peterson. I have that pretty much all the time. I also had a bit of the Plum Pudding Special Reserve Flake left that I was having every once in a while. And then I also had some GLP's, my mind is going blank, Spark Plug. So these are all these different blends that I've been having. It's been winter. It hasn't been super cold recently here. but I haven't felt drawn particularly to any one of these blends over the other. I've been enjoying them all pretty much equally. And that idea of, oh, when English hits the spot when it's cold out hasn't really been occurring to me recently. And I don't know if that just means my tastes have changed or I am so in love with vapor blends or Virginia-based blends that it kind of overrides everything, even seasonal things. But I'd be curious to know what a lot of you think in the comments below. I definitely do believe that I prefer Virginia blends in the summer, and a lot of times English blends just don't hit the spot in the summer. But in the winter, I can have pretty much everything. So let me know in the comments what you think. Next, we have some feedback from the last Sunday Stuff and Things. This is from Adriana Bozovic. Do not like phone calls from unknown numbers or retailers. We were talking about the whole phone telemarketing thing from Sweetwater last week. Someone is going to eat me. I had to make threats to a company that has those TV shops to stop calling me. If I need something, I will go to the shop or order it online. Finishing web design, a 1-year course, and the school just keeps calling. People, that's it. No more courses from me. I finished PHP and now this. The end. You have email, send it. I kind of agree. There's that thing now where, you know, if you call a friend, they are shocked and appalled. They just want you to email them. And I'm fine talking to friends on the phone, but I do agree if I'm getting any sort of communication from a company, I prefer it to be via email. My brother shaves his head because his hair grows uneven. That's weird. Do certain hairs grow at different rates than other hairs? I'm always a little angry about those policies for monetization. If people are essing, it's because they want to do it, or something else. You are not holding a gun to their head for them to do it. Thank you for reading my comments. It's very nice of you. How is it in your town? Is it warmer? How are the hummingbirds? It has been warmer lately. We had that crazy cold snap where we got a lot of snow, and then it seemed like that was it for winter. It's been just in the 40s Fahrenheit and hasn't been getting cold at night, really hasn't been getting below freezing. It's supposed to get a little colder next week, but still not that bad. So winter kind of blew itself out a little earlier here than it usually does, because often February is the coldest month here, but not that way this year. So thank you, Andriana. Next, from Jake Andrews. I have had a few issues with whatever system certain e-commerce systems use to confirm cards. Even as simple as one website whose form did not allow for a middle name where my card has one printed. Oh yeah, I've run into that before too. I think mileage may vary with Sweetwater reps. My guy was cool. He only bothered me about once a month and never tried to market to me really. I mean, he offered if I was looking for something, and occasionally I was, and even ended up getting a discount. That's nice. Very personable, and I guess took good notes because he was always asking about my creative work and how it was going. Regretfully, I had to stop using them during the pandemic because I was just straight up losing packages between their postal facility in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and St. Louis. Totally understand that it wasn't them, but the postal service, however, I just couldn't keep... Okay. Totally understand that it wasn't them, but the postal service, however, I just couldn't keep waiting a month or more for them to get my stuff to me. Yeah, so I wanted to put one of these comments here where they were talking about good experiences with Sweetwater because there were a lot of people who said they had good experiences, and I wanted to make sure there was a nice balanced view of Sweetwater. But gang, I think that's a Sunday Stuff and Things. Please stay tuned for this, the new series, How to Do Stuff and Things. It's going to be good. I'm going to drink a little more of this. I mentioned it now because I want to drink it before the ice completely melts. That'll do it. But before we go, it's time for the very best part of the show. No, seriously, one drink cannot make me drunk. I'm not actually drunk, just stumbling over my words. And that is where we thank our Patreon supporters, the people who make this show go, the people who help pay for the fancy camera that is filming this video right now, the lights that are shining upon me. It's much appreciated. If you would like to contribute to our Patreon, there is a link in the description box below. But this week, we would like to thank the good people, such as Kirk Crompton, Private Eye, Glenn, Jason Buckner, Gloria Phillips, Ryan McFadin, Matt Marino, MDoftheNorth, and Kyle. And of course the Maniacs, the crazy people who support the channels at $100 a month. People like Peter Straub, an amazing person, an award-winning author, and I like to consider him my friend. And of course, Bob Magee, Stolid and Dependable, David Gaudreau, Mr. Luxurious, and Ashes of the Phoenix. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, the first, and I hope a long-running series, How to Do Stuff and Things, will be posting this Wednesday on how to make an old-fashioned. Lots of other videos to come. Deathloop, Elden Ring will be coming soon as well. Other nice blends that I will be reviewing and doing first impressions of. And until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. Oh, yeah, like and subscribe and do all that good stuff. It helps. Liking videos does help. Commenting helps. Subscribing helps. Asking me questions helps. So it's all appreciated. Until next time, until we meet again, I've been your good friend Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things on a pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. I'll see you later.